Gentleman yields back. Chairman, the gentleman makes an excellent point, though, about Chinese spending. You cannot compare it dollar for dollar with the budgets of our country for defense spending or any other country. It is not apples to apples. And that's just one of many illustrations, and I'm glad that you pointed out. We now return to the gentlelady from California, Ms. Jacobs.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you to our witnesses for being here. Mr. No, first I want to turn to you. In your testimony, you frequently emphasize the importance of a whole-of-government approach to counter Chinese influence in the Pacific Islands. Yet, the administration has significantly cut funding to USAID and other humanitarian programs that traditionally are a part of a whole-of-government integrated strategy. Building on the question from my colleague, Mr. Carbajal, can you clearly explain how the reduction in U.S. economic and humanitarian engagement undermines our ability to implement this whole-of-government approach and directly hands China greater leverage?
Congresswoman, as I stated earlier, the State Department has lead for approving.
I'm not asking about the State Department. I'm asking about your testimony about whole-of-government approach.
So I'd be happy to talk about what the Department of Defense is doing in the Pacific Island countries. We have extensive engagements in security cooperation programs under Title 10, Section 333. We work with these countries to improve their cybersecurity, enhance their maritime domain awareness. We conduct regular exercises. Of course, the focus is on posture and warfighting capabilities, but these are things that we do with many of these countries. The COFAs, the Compacts of Free Association that we have with three countries in particular, Palau, Federated States of Micronesia, and the Republic of Marshall Islands. That's another big emphasis of the department. We're doing a lot of great work with them.
I understand all of the work that the department is doing in the Pacific Islands, but your testimony mentions whole of government, and DoD only is not a whole of government approach. Admiral Paparo, in response to a question by my colleague, Mr. Garamundi, you said that while review of USAID is ongoing, you would advocate for robust USAID in your AOR. Can you expand on why you think USAID funding is so important and how it helps you succeed in your overall mission?
Our USAID programs, particularly the ones that work on necessities, food, water, medical, and critical infrastructure, they're key and critical to these poor areas, and they enable us to compete against the People's Republic of China, who operate in the same domains.
Thank you. Now I want to turn to Taiwan. I think it's important for us to recognize what kinds of U.S. actions actually help shore up Taiwan's defenses and what kind of actions can contribute to escalation and actually make Taiwan less safe. For instance, the training and weapons the United States has provided over the years has helped Taiwan's ability to defend itself in the event of invasion, and we haven't actually seen that spark escalation with the PRC. On the other hand, symbolic types of support like high-profile visits or Secretary Hegseth's over-the-top rhetoric during his recent trip to Panama seem to have a more escalatory effect without actually making Taiwan any safer. So, Admiral Paparo, could you discuss ways in which the department is ensuring we're not unnecessarily escalating tensions and maintaining open lines of communication with the PRC?
Congresswoman, the policy, enshrined in the 3 communiques, the 6 assurances, and the Taiwan Relations Act, stipulates that defensive services and defensive capability shall be provided to Taiwan while the department maintains the capacity to resist any resort to force that jeopardizes the social, political, and economic system of Taiwan. Sticking strictly to that policy and ensuring that that policy has the credibility that it requires, what comes to mind is the 3rd communique from August of 1982, I believe it was, which was that those services shall decrease with the demilitarization of the Taiwan Strait. And so being sensitive to affirm the 3 communiques, but to also execute them in accordance to the letter and spirit that they were initiated with is very important to us.
Thank you, Admiral Paparo. Mr. No, do you believe Secretary Hegseth's very over-the-top rhetoric on Taiwan actually aligns with our stated policy as the United States?
Congresswoman, I would disagree that anything Secretary Hegseth stated about Taiwan is over the top. He has emphasized the importance of reestablishing deterrence and doing so in the Indo-Pacific. And the department is moving with urgency and focus to do just that.
Thank you. Deterrence is very important. Things we do that unnecessarily escalate without actually making Taiwan any safer are the opposite of deterrence. And with that, Mr. Chairman, I'll yield back.